Okay, so how to become a morning person without forcing yourself to become one? So, I was a night owl for 30 years of my life, and there came a point in my life that I was like, okay, enough is enough. I really want to become a morning person now. I decided I just wanted to become a morning person, not because of this 5 a.m. Routine and everything was trending, but because I really wanted to become one. And I've been trying very hard, but somehow never became a morning person. But this year, in the year 2025, I thought I'll do an experiment and see how it goes. An experiment to trick my brain into becoming a morning person without trying too hard. Okay, so I'll share few tips that worked out for me, and I'm sure it will work out for you if you try it with some amount of dedication. I was someone who really wanted to wake up at 6 o'clock, but couldn't because I used to sleep late at 2, at 3 o'clock, because it was just a habit that I had built over the years. So, how did I change this? So, the first thing I did to get up early morning was I fixed a time for my bedtime. So, I kept it at 10:30. So, no matter what happened, I had to hit bed by 10:30, and so that I follow it properly and I can track it, I created a habit tracker for that. I'll share a link with you in the comments below. Once I created this habit tracker, I made it a point to track the bedtime every single day, and sometimes it was on time, sometimes it was little late, but I still tracked it every single night. And this helped me take this sleeping on time seriously, because now I could see that okay, some days I slept at 11 o'clock, some days I slept at 12, and it was not practical for me to get up early morning at 6 if I didn't hit bed at 10. So that habit tracker actually helped me, make it a point and put in efforts to actually hit bed on time. Trust me, when you track anything, you pay more attention to it and you make it a point to make that thing happen. Okay, the second experiment that actually helped me to get up early was to set up a night routine. So I have a very simple night routine. Okay, have dinner by 9:30, wind up the kitchen work, wash my face, brush my teeth, and take a book to read, just to signal my brain that now it's bedtime. So I make it a point to read at least one page of book, no matter how tired I am during that particular day, and that helps me to slow down and slow my thoughts down, and signal my brain that okay, now it's bedtime and it's time to relax and actually wind up and sleep. So that helps a lot. Night routine was a game changer. So if you're serious about getting up early, I will definitely recommend you to follow a night routine. That night routine can be of very simple steps, like 2 steps or 3 steps, anything that is very simple for you, just to signal your brain that okay, now you have to relax, and it 100% works. So what I noticed over the years, that whenever I did a lot of physical work or a lot of physical activity, I got a good night's sleep. So I made it a point to exercise a lot every single day to make me tired enough to get a good sleep. Just sleeping early is not enough if you want to wake up fresh. You need to have quality sleep. Okay, another thing I have realized is how drinking coffee affects my sleep. So I have cut down on coffee post lunch hours so that my sleep doesn't get affected. Okay, we have someone here. Meet meet Charlie, my friend. Okay, Charlie is always next to me no matter where I go. He'll sit and watch me quietly, but sometimes he meows. Anyway, so what I was saying is, yeah, what I've realized is on days when I have coffee during the evening, I do not get good sleep. So, yeah, reducing the coffee intake post lunch has helped me a lot. Now, having a fixed bedtime and having a night routine is one thing to get up early, but you really need to have a strong reason to wake up early. For me, it was having more me time by myself and having more, peaceful time. And that is something which I find only in the morning, because once the day starts, then I get a lot of calls, whether I'm doing something, then client work, everything. So everything comes in unplanned. And I think morning is the only time where I get to sit with my thoughts and just be out there and journal and do all the things I love all by myself. Now, if you don't have a strong reason to get up early in the morning, what I will suggest is the next experiment which I did was uh, to pick something you really like doing and do it in the morning when you wake up. For me, it is journaling. Okay, I really like journaling and I like to devote at least good 30 minutes for it. And for you, it can be painting or learning something new, like learning a language or doing any research or working on your passion project. So you need to find something you like doing a lot and do it in the morning. And trust me, you will love this morning time and you will look forward to get up early morning when you have a reason to do so. Charlie is sitting on my feet. So this is very important when you start preparing yourself to wake up early morning. Now, there will be some days when you don't get up early. So, for me, mostly it happens on weekends when sometimes I get up late. And this happens because the previous night we have to attend a function or an event, and we can't sleep early that night. So on days when I used to get up late in the morning at 9, 9:30, I used to feel so guilty about waking up late that I used to criticize myself so much that the next day again I used to get up late. So it was a cycle. So what I realize is when you are trying for the first time to wake up early, the way you talk to yourself on days when you can't wake up early is very important. Say you wake up early on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but on Thursday, for some reason or the other, you cannot wake up early. So on that day, the way you talk to yourself matters the most, because if you are forgiving and you say, okay, Prachita, it's okay, today you didn't get up late. Maybe this is the reason, and tomorrow we will try to get up early by fixing our night routine or fixing that problem, the core reason for which you were not able to get up early. So instead of looking at it that way, what I used to do is criticize myself a lot and make me feel so guilty and ashamed about it that I anyway couldn't get up early the next day. And it was a cycle. So I think this matters a lot, how you talk to yourself when you can't get up early on some days. That's the most important thing. So one mistake which I did when I decided to get up early morning and fix my bedtime and have good night routines and everything was that I didn't set an realistic expectations of how this process would look like. I thought, okay, I will try it for 15 days and then I'll be a morning person. But it doesn't work that way. When you're trying something new, especially getting up early, being a night owl, it's very difficult to, get into this habit in 15 days or 30 days. You have to make it a point to set a realistic expectations, because for the first 3 months it will not be that easy. There will be say 10 days in a month where you can't get up early. So instead of feeling guilty about this 10 days of not getting up early, you should see, okay, in the month of January I woke up early for 20 days. That's good. Now let's see for the month of February, maybe you'll be able to wake up early for 25 days. That's a good progress. So this is how you should be tracking the progress of your new habit, that is waking up early. And when you do this, you are focusing on the things which you are able to do instead of focusing on things which you are not able to do. And when you focus on these things, you slowly become a new person where waking up early feels interesting and fun to you, because you're not forcing yourself, but you are actually tracking the things that matters when it comes to waking up early. Oof, I thought that was too much. Yeah, so that was it. These are the things that you actually need to focus on if you want to become a morning person from a night owl. um, I really love being morning person, and sipping my early morning warm cup of water while looking at the scenery outside. It's really fun. And just a lesson I learned from all these experiments is that if you really want to become a morning person, you can't actually force yourself to become one by doing so many things, which I tried to do over the last 30 years of my life. But what really worked out is, being soft, gentle on myself, and taking it as something that I really wanted to do, and being okay with all the mistakes I did while getting into this new identity. And I think that helped a lot. Okay, one lesson I learned while experimenting all of this in order to wake up early is that you can't really force, or you can't really force yourself into becoming a new version of yourself unless you love the process as well. And yeah, that's very important. So that's all about my experience in becoming a morning person. So let me know which tip or experiment you like the most, and I would be so happy to know your thoughts.